Speaker, first, I wish to thank the Premier for classifying farm murders as a priority crime in Gauteng. I am convinced that the FF Plus will play a major role soon with regard to rural safety and crime in general. Speaker, the FF Plus agrees with the Premier that there must be social cohesion and that South Africa must be free from racism and all the other isms that exist. Yet farm murders are a symptom of hate speech, racism and populist statements by politicians who can offer nothing better to their voters. These political leaders must be held accountable and charged with the hate speech and discord they proclaim and disseminate. Speaker, die Vryheidsfront Plus en sy kiesers is oortuig dat die brutaliteit en wreedheid waarmee plaasaanvalle en moorde gepaard gaan, nie bloot net roof of moord is nie, maar wel dat dit haatgedrewe en terreur is. Dit kan tog glad nie normaal wees om 'n kind in 'n bad kookwater te verdrink of om bejaardes se oë uit te steek nie. Speaker, die premier praat te gelyk van veiligheid, sosiale samehorigheid en voedselsekerheid. Dit terwyl 'n plaasboer nie in vrede kan boer nie. Grondgrype aangehits word en boere as die sondebokke uitgemaak word vir alles wat binne in Suid-Afrika verkeerd loop. Speaker, the respective authorities are mostly watching as land grabs happen, and in all cases, it is the farmers who have to approach the courts for expensive litigation so that they can assure food production. Speaker, this all takes place while the President promised on behalf of the ANC that illegal land grabs will not be allowed and tolerated. Speaker, the FF Plus expects the legislator and Premier to send a clear message to the authorities and the SAPS that illegal land grabs will not be tolerated and that landowners will enjoy protection as clearly stated in the Constitution. Speaker, up to yesterday there were 68 attacks and 4 murders in Gauteng alone for 2019. And when looking at the statistics researched by AfriForum, the following shocking trends emerged in 2019. Focal stations, Hammanskraal 12, Pretoria North 9, Cullinan 7, Hercules 6, Muldersdrift 3. Speaker, when the challenges across the entire spectrum of crime are considered, the government is failing the SAPS and that the SAPS in turn is failing the residents of Gauteng. A few concerns identified. SAPS vehicles, buildings and equipment are in a dilapidated condition. Training and competence of police officers are inadequate. Motivation and working conditions are appalling. Socio-economic conditions of members are extremely worrying. Psychological conditions of members is very negative. The FF Plus calls on the Premier to better support and strengthen the CPF Neighbourhood Watch and Farm Watch initiatives. The Freedom Front Plus also requests the Premier to speed up the intake and police reservists and to speed up the registration of peace officers. With the SAPs currently emerge in chaos, the FF Plus urgently urges the Premier to address and resolve the CFR Central Firearms Register debacle. I thank you.